Hey guys, I'm back. It's Becky Bamboo. So this is kind of a follow-up of my previous video with my pajama pants and all that. I really want to share with you guys that I said at the end of my video, I don't consider myself a nurse. I don't consider myself a nurse. Did I go to nursing school? Yes. Did I take the state boards? Yes. Did I pass them? Yes. Do I have a nursing license? Yes. Does that make me a nurse? No, it does not. I feel quite the opposite. I don't even feel like I have much in the way of nursing knowledge. Those of you who are not in the medical field, you may not realize that just because you go to nursing school and because you pass the state exam and because you have a license, you're not really a nurse. You really learn how to be a nurse when you're done with school and you start to apply the things that you've learned, and it takes a long time to get proficient at being a nurse. It just does. My first nursing job out of nursing school was quite traumatic for me. I was having a lot of personal issues anyway, and I was literally thrown to the wolves. All of my girlfriends I went to nursing school with, we all got together and said, hey, let's pick a hospital that we think will be a great place to go, and everybody go to work there so that we can all stay close and we can all see each other a lot. And I think our hearts were in the right place, but in the end, it didn't work out the way we all wanted it to. We picked a hospital that had a graduate nurse program, and in this graduate nurse program we had so many days a week where we were in a classroom setting, just like when we were in college, only we were getting paid for it. But during the classroom time we would prepare to take our NCLEX, which is the state boards. We did a lot of sample questions and different kind of things to get us ready to take our boards. You don't take your boards immediately after school. You have to wait a certain amount of time. So I graduated in December, and I actually took my state boards, I think it was in March. So there is a little bit of a window of time there where you're just studying and preparing for them. Anyway, so the graduate nurse program we went into was fabulous for that reason. It probably was the main reason that I did pass my boards the first time. It really prepared me well for what was going to be on the exam. But in addition to this classroom work, we had so many days a week where we did floor nursing, where we were paired with somebody who worked on the floor we were going to, and they were supposed to give us, the rundown and start teaching us how to be a nurse, basically. All of my friends had fabulous preceptors who helped them, and I had the biggest bitch ever. And I don't mean to be foul-mouthed or whatever, but she really was literally the biggest bitch I've ever met. And my first day on the nursing floor was this. This woman handed me a clipboard with a list of 6 patients' names on it and the room numbers they were in. Now, mind you, I didn't know a lot about where stuff was located or where anything was in this hospital. So, I mean, I was pretty new. I had done some clinicals there, but not a lot, and I had no idea what this floor I was on, what it was about. So she hands me a clipboard with 6 names on it, and she literally says to me, these are your patients for the day. Take care of them, get them their medication. Don't ask me for help because I won't help you. And she walked away. I was literally thrown to the wolves. You've heard that saying, sink or swim, and it was a situation like that. It was, I'm either going to figure out how to do this in a fast and efficient way, or I'm going to drown, and I'm never going to make it. And unfortunately, the drowning is what occurred. I tolerated it for a couple weeks the best that I could. I know in those 2 weeks I probably made so many mistakes. I don't even know how many mistakes I made. I know that people didn't get their meds when they needed to get them. Probably some people didn't even get the meds they needed to get. And I had asked some other people working on the floor for assistance, and I just got the generalized thing from everybody. don't ask for help because we're not going to help you. And that went for nurses, techs, supervisors. I mean, you name it. That's just the generalized attitude there was. And that was a really difficult way to go into nursing. After a few weeks, I reported this to the people running the graduate nurse program, and they talked to the preceptor about it. And then, of course, I just had become this tattletale and, whatever. And I more told the graduate nurse people about it because I was really scared that I was going to kill somebody. I was really scared that I was going to make a mistake that was going to kill somebody. And I didn't want that on my conscience. I knew I was not trained and not ready. I wasn't even licensed at that point. And so I just knew it wasn't right to continue on doing that when I wasn't learning anything, and I was so stressed out that I was just like, I couldn't even take it. Eventually, I just said, this is obviously not the right hospital for me to be at. They convinced me to stay and convinced me to switch floors and go somewhere else. So I went to an orthopedic floor. I started out on a cardiac floor, which is why I say I was totally afraid of killing somebody. We're talking about lots and lots of major medications that we give, cardiac monitoring. I mean, you name it, we did it. Lots of drips, lots of everything, and it's not the place for a new person to be let free to try to figure out what to do. It's just not. So anyway, I moved to orthopedics, and I was so traumatized by the cardiac experience that I literally could not get past anything for functioning as an RN. I got my nursing license, and I couldn't, I felt like I couldn't do anything. I had to ask for help on everything because I was so afraid of hurting someone or killing someone, or, I just didn't want to make a mistake. And unfortunately, that's kind of the demise of my nursing career. I left that hospital, and I've tried on a lot of different hats in nursing. I've tried dialysis, I've worked in the OR, I've done medical surgical, I tried travel nursing. None of it suited me at all, and I still could not get past that initial experience I had. And I reached a point where I said, I'm done. I'm done with nursing. I can't do it anymore. This is not for me. I'm so afraid of hurting someone. I'm so afraid of killing someone. I literally could not get past it. And so I just said, I'm done. I walked away. And I had a lot of periods of time during that 3 years, basically. 4 years, I think it's 4 years, yeah, where I was unemployed, and my husband and I were living together, and we were flat broke, and it was really bad situation. Finally, 3 years ago, the job that I have now fell into my lap. I was looking for jobs on careerbuilder.com, and I came across something called a medical writer. I had no idea what that was, so I further investigated, and they were looking for nurses, and I found out that it was a work from home job, and it was writing, and I thought, well, I can write and I can work from home, so I applied. They sent me a test case where I wrote a case, and they liked the way I wrote, and I was hired. I got hired very quickly. The training process through my company is lengthy, and I went through training and did very well. My first year of work, I did really well with this company. The last 2 years have been a struggle, and I don't know why. Things change rapidly in my company, and it's really challenging to keep up with what they want and what they don't want, and what changes you need to incorporate and what you don't need to incorporate. And so things have just been becoming more and more challenging over the last 2 years. And just the level of the kind of cases that I write has just continue to increase, and I think that's part of it too, that there's some very challenging traumatic brain injury things, and just a lot of like medical care related cases. So it is challenging, but all the while I sit here and I think, okay, I really am sick of all this stress with this job, and maybe I'm ready to go back into other nursing. I miss the OR. I really enjoyed working in the OR. It just was bad timing for my personal life. And so I think, well, maybe I should go back to the OR, but I am literally mortified to do it. And you know, I've talked about this many times after my surgery, that as part of my new life, my new future, I really don't want to be so afraid of things that it holds me back, and that I don't pursue doing new things because I'm scared. And yet here I sit telling you guys, I'm more and more, I'm getting ready and prepared mentally to go back into like the real workforce. And yet I'm absolutely mortified of doing nursing. I just am. I mean, I just still cannot get that thought out of my head. And you know, I have now been out of clinical nursing for 3 years, just over 3 years, in fact. And that's a long time to be away from nursing. I don't even know if I went back, if I could start an IV, if I could draw blood, if I could figure out how to hang an IV. I don't know if I could figure out how to do anything, let alone manage patients. And at this point, I'm really scared. If I go back into clinical nursing, is anybody going to give me the time that it's going to take to really build my nursing skills the way that they need to be built and the way that they should have been built from day one? I highly doubt it, having been out of school for 7 years. I really, really doubt it. And that is scary. That's what's so scary to me is I know that in order for me to go back into that, I've got to find somebody who is willing to give me a lot of training and a lot of time. It will be a time-consuming process, and it will be stressful. So, you know, to those of you who are wondering, well, why don't you just go back to another different kind of nursing job? That's why, because I just am absolutely mortified. I've been away from it for a long time, and anybody who's in nursing understands that 3 years out of clinical nursing is an eternity. It really, really is. My state that I live in and the state I'm licensed in 2 states, neither one of them until just now required any kind of continuing education. I will have to do continuing education for my upcoming renewal, but I've yet to have to do it in 7 years. So I've had 7 years out of nursing school where I haven't learned anything new about what's going on in the hospitals. That's a long, long, long time, you guys. So, you know, I don't feel like a nurse at all. I don't even like to associate myself with being a nurse because I don't feel like that. When people ask what I do, I try to tell them that I'm a medical writer. I try not to incorporate that I'm a registered nurse into that. I'm licensed, yes, I'm legal, all that stuff, but I still don't feel like a nurse, not at all. So, you know, it's a pretty big situation, and this is a big, scary thing for me, and I just don't, I honestly don't know what to do with it. The basic part of the job that I do now as a writer, I love. I love the challenge of it. I love being at home. I love not having to buy work clothes and travel. I love all that stuff, but I'm just really growing tired of all of the runaround. And I know usually over the holidays we slow down dramatically, and I'm hoping that's what happens because things usually level back off after the new year and we kind of start fresh. So I'm really hoping that's what happens, but if it doesn't, I think I have to keep continuing to keep in the back of my mind of moving on and finding something different to do. So anyway, for now, I'm trying to stick it out, and thank you guys so much for all of your support in this. I hope that my explanation with nursing gives you guys some additional insight into my world, into my career, and into my experiences that I've had. Maybe that will help you guys understand a little bit more why I do what I do. So anyway, that's it. Thank you all so much. I love you so dearly for everything that you've done for me the last couple of days. So I love you guys. Take care. Bye.